Nigerians, they will appreciate even a piece of a chicken and a rice. They will not look for dessert. They will not look for starters. Whatever you serve to them, they will appreciate. Honestly, I really don't know, the idea of investing before when I was starting. So no one guided me. I was not saving until I came to Africa, I came to Nigeria. That's when I learned how to, value every, single amounts of money that I have.
You do a lot of pepper?
Yeah, I learned also how to eat spicy food because of Nigeria. Before, I don't like spicy food. But now, when it's not spicy, to me, it's not food. I am who I am now because part of it is the Nigeria experience.
Would you marry a Nigerian?
It's expensive to marry a Nigerian woman.
I always like that part where the producers and the directors give the rolling command, take camera rolling and all of that, and you're supposed to be like ready to go, take a deep breath and just
be ready for questions.
Be ready, yeah. For me, sometimes this podcast is not that kind of podcast. We wing it as we go and we jump into it however we like. How are you, Mr. Sunshine?
Oh, I'm good.
Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you so much.
People say you are Filipino, but as far as I'm concerned, you're every inch as Niger as I am.
That's what most of my friends are telling me, that you're no longer a Filipino after living in Africa for 15 years.
15 years?
Yeah, in Nigeria specifically. I moved to Kenya in 2009.
Okay.
Then after 1 year, I decided to move to Nigeria. I don't know what caused me to move to Nigeria.
Yeah, well, what happened? Was it planned or?
No, maybe because of curiosity, and I also wanted to experience how life in Nigeria is, because I've been hearing from different people that Nigerians are loud, Nigerians are noisy. In Nigeria, this is happening in Nigeria. So I think it would be best for me to discover, the country.
After 15 years, are Nigerians loud? Are Nigerians noisy?
They are not loud. They are just very expressive.
Is that
Nigerians
a diplomatic answer?
I must say, not a diplomatic answer, but based on experience, because Nigerians are just, very expressive, very emotional.
Yeah.
So that's why when they speak from the heart.
Yeah. And we're so emotional, so emotive, that even sometimes we speak in twos. Come, now. Is it good? Well. Like fast. quick. Sharp. Yeah. We're expressive like that.
Yeah. And that's what I love actually about this country. Number one, the hospitality and the warmth, of everybody. You can really feel it. Like the moment you wake up in the morning, if you came across, of somebody, even in your house, like say for example a help, or let's say for example somebody who will work inside the house, they will always greet you good morning. They will always you're very cordial. Yeah, in that sense. I think that other countries should really learn from. Very cordial, very warm, and there's no such thing as I am a Nigerian, so you should respect me. Right? That's what I observe. Like everybody, has the same footing in this country.
It's good. So you don't have any regrets for having?
No, I will not. I will not stay here for that. More than a decade. Okay, if I am not enjoying Nigeria, especially the nightlife here. There's really life here. I have traveled to different countries like the Middle East. I was in Saudi, in Qatar, in Bahrain, but the experience here is very incomparable as compared.
Didn't you live in Dubai for a while?
I lived in Dubai for 4 years.
Okay.
I moved to Dubai from Philippines in 2000 Yeah, and I lived there for 4 years. But in Dubai is it's about working and then going home and then working and then going home, because that's what the routine is. Though there is what's this nightlife, but you should still refrain from doing extraordinary things, right?
I
Because
know.
of the setup, okay, and the culture. So culturally, I think Nigeria is where I am really, I really fit in. Yeah, culturally.
Lovely. I mean, talking about moving in 2005 to Dubai from the Philippines, was that not the year of that tsunami disaster? Was that not when it happened? Was it 2005? The disaster that affected parts where there was a tsunami in the middle of the sea and many people died. It came all the way to Africa, but it affected the Philippines, I think, Indonesia. Do you remember what I'm talking about, or you were not even in the Philippines at that time?
I think I was already in Dubai when it happened. Yeah, when it happened. It was in 2005. I remember it was in May when I traveled to Dubai, and I was 22. Back then, I was very young. Yeah. Because my company actually sent me there
Okay.
for a conference, for a meeting. Then after traveling there, so while I was there, the company is already arranging my papers that it would be best for me to stay in the country. But they brought me to Dubai legally, and then they processed my documents in while I was in Dubai. So I worked in Dubai for 4 years, and I mean, I experienced so many things while I was in Dubai. So that's when I started to meet new friends, and when you travel to new countries, you really have to adapt
Yes,
with the
certainly.
culture. At first, it will be very difficult, but over time, I mean, if you really want to stay, and if you really want to be, somebody who's going to be comfortable living, in that community, you need to do what the locals do.
Yes,
And you
certainly.
should always, be a law-abiding citizen.
No doubt.
Yeah,
No
I
doubt.
think I was.
know.
I was a law-abiding citizen.
You've not had any major issues
no,
wherever you've gone.
no.
I was just thinking, that's May of 2005. I had just turned 31 that May, on the 5th. And I quite remember that how devastating that whole thing was, not just for one country, but the number. I remember that whole islands were wiped out of the map.
Yes.
It was so tragic. I was following at the point there were about 200,000 people
Yes.
dead. And I remember that even in the Philippines, it got so bad that bodies were on the streets.
True.
And the fallout came to some African countries. Maybe, I don't know whether you guys sensed it in Dubai, because it was a major catastrophe. But the country has since rebounded from that. Did you lose anybody you knew, a friend, family member?
Not that I actually know of, because the center of the what's this
The
the
epicenter.
typhoon,
Yes,
is
the
actually
typhoon, yeah.
in Manila.
Okay.
It's in Luzon. So because Philippines, we are really always encountering this typhoons.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
starting July, it's going to be rainy season. So all through until December, so it's going to be rainy season. So most times we have like signal number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, all the numbers of the typhoons. And it's very serious during the time. I remember,
Category 5,
because most of the
category 6.
places in Luzon, were flooded. Yeah, and even the roads, was covered by water.
Yeah.
and most of the residential areas, okay, were really covered by water. So there is no way that people would survive, especially it happened like in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay if, I mean, it's not okay. It would be more, I mean, feasible maybe for
Yeah.
people to
To
survive if
survive
it happens like during daytime,
during
so
the
at least you can
daytime.
ask help. But you know, in Philippines, that's always our problem because we are the center of the typhoon, like from A to Z.
Yeah.
That's the problem in Philippines. That's
Literally
why,
in the eye of the storm.
yes, because we are surrounded by waters and we are 7,600 plus islands. Yeah, and it's not even, you know, the confirmed number of islands, okay, that we have, because it varies. When it's low tide, it's even, you know, higher number of islands. When it's high tide, you know, that's when, you know, the total number of islands are reduced to a certain number. But since we are surrounded by water, so we cannot really avoid the typhoons.
All right. I'm glad you were safe. Thank God
Yes,
that
yes.
nothing happened to you. We wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation now. So let's come back to Nigeria. So 15 years in this country. When you first came here, were you scared? Were you apprehensive?
I
You know?
am. I am. When I first, you know, set my foot, okay, in the airport when I arrive, you know, I'm like, wow, this they're very aggressive, you know, when they ask you of I mean, what are you going to do
Yeah.
here? Where are you going to stay? Then they will ask you, you know, open your bag and this. I understand it's a protocol, but to some extent, people would, you know, be very aggressive as well
Yeah.
in and argue with them. And I was just observing, and I allowed them open my bag and stuff like that until I, you know, came out of the arrival hall, and then the driver picked me, and then when I get to the house, I only hear the noise of the generator. And I'm like, oh my God, so is this going to be the sound that I will going to hear like the whole night? And it's very clear. And the challenge also was that I cannot understand. I mean, the way you speak,
Speak,
you know,
yeah.
because it's very fast,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
your voice as well. Okay, it's rumbling. Okay, like what is this?
Like,
What is
what
he
was he
trying to say?
saying?
Until I you know, I learn how to listen. It's about listening, because in Nigeria, if you are not going to listen, you will not be heard.
That's
And
true.
that's, I mean, I think one of the thing that we need to also learn in life, that you should always have the discipline of listening.
Stop listening.
Allow people to speak first, then that's when you are going to reply after they speak.
It's an art, isn't
It's
it?
an art, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, just to the point you were making about those first impressions when you came to Nigeria, especially with the immigration team, and those guys are usually hard. As a Nigerian, I know that years ago I used to be very circumspect. And that's not just me, of traveling to the UK through the Gatwick
Yeah.
airport, because they were a lot more brutal than Heathrow. And then I remember, I think how long ago was this now? 10 years ago, I traveled with a young friend and colleague of mine, and you know, very boisterous. And I remember telling him, from our experiences, they were stopping us at every turn, and I wasn't used to being stopped at,
Yeah.
you know, at international airports like that. Dragging twice, I almost missed
Your flight,
the
yeah.
flight, and I just felt this is strange. And I looked at the young guy. I said, "This has got to be you. There's something about you." So, you know, young guy, backpack, very excited. It was the first time he was traveling. He lives in Canada now, and they stopped us at every turn, threatened, searched us in ways that you know, I was really, really upset. But I also understood that being upset wasn't going to do much, and all of that at Heathrow. Almost missed a flight, almost missed a flight, and they didn't care that we're going to miss a flight. So yes, sometimes immigration policies are tough. But they have to do their job. Um, but in our conversation,
because they observe your demeanor.
yes, they do,
Yeah.
they observe.
Me too. I'm always attractive to immigrations,
Yeah,
customs, even in Dubai.
for some reason.
Yes, yes. I don't know. I don't.
Maybe-
I really don't know why is it that these people. When I left Philippines in 2005, I have to go through 4 immigration officers.
Ah,
Yes, it was actually on the fourth immigration officer, so I need to change clothes, just to I mean, allow them not to suspect that okay, you have already passed through
yeah.
this. Okay, so they will not deny me of leaving the country. But I have the valid visa, I have
Yeah.
the invitation letters and all. So they ask me questions. So I have already done my research because it's very important that when you're traveling,
Yeah.
you should also apart from booking your flight, apart from booking your hotel, you should also watch reference videos, okay, of people traveling to these countries.
Yeah.
So when I left Philippines in 2005, it was also a situation that, oh my God, I was so stressed, and I was the last person who board the aircraft. They were waiting for me. I remember it was Cathay Pacific that I have to actually fly with, okay, to Dubai. And when I get to Dubai, okay, it was just very easy. It was just very easy. So the immigration just asked me of my visa. Then they just stamp my passport and then they let me go.
you go.
And I'm free.
Some people say, I'm talking about many of my friends from other countries, friends and colleagues or partners that I've interfaced with in the past, that entry into Nigeria is one of the hardest in the world. I don't know, has that been your experience?
It's not actually the hardest, but
Not the hardest, but it's really, really tough.
but they will
Getting the
really
Nigerian
challenge your
visa.
patience.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Nigerian, I mean, frontliners at the airport will really challenge you, especially when they will learn that you're not you're a first timer in the
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
Because if you are not a first timer, they cannot challenge
Yeah,
you,
so-
because
so-
the moment you say God bless you, they will already stop.
My guy. Hey, have fun now.
How fun na. I need to go now. My driver is waiting outside. I'm tired though.
This one not be on you, bro.
Yes. We'll see you next time, Mo. I remember I arrived from South Africa. I was on a flight with Addict Air, I think,
Okay.
because I went to Johannes for an event in 2016 or 2015. I can't really recall the specific year. So when I arrived, it was actually 4 a.m. in the morning. So you expect that you're somehow still grumpy, and you're not prepared for anything. Like they asked me, what are you bringing from South Africa? So I told them, open the bag. So they opened the bag. So I have packed sandwiches from the lounge from South Africa, and then I have small cans of Coke. So they're asking me, okay, can you give me some? I mean, do you have anything for breakfast? I told them, you can collect the sandwiches now, and then the soda, and then they just say, oh, you leave. Useless man. It was just funny. Like you can already deal with such conversations, and to a newcomers, it will be like a thing that they will be they will feel like it's very aggressive, and sometimes to them it's so improper. But when I welcome my guests, because I am now with the travel agency, so I always brief them of what to expect, even though they have these protocols at the airport. So I would always tell them that you have to be ready emotionally, okay, and don't take it personal, because that's how they sound, that's how they will approach. It's different, okay, where you are coming from. So you just have to live, okay, how they actually I mean do their thing in
Yeah.
this country. It's
Yeah.
just a form of respecting, okay, their, their, even the way they talk to you. So most of them are saying that, yes, we have experience, yes. So I told them, okay, that's basically, the thing that you should learn the moment you come to Nigeria. You should also allow yourself to experience it, because that's the only way for you to to accept who they really are.
Yes.
Because if you are not going to accept the people, okay, at the forefronts, okay, of the country, especially at the airport, you will not have the chance to also to get to the people
Yeah.
who you will be meeting, okay, after the airport, like the people at the hotel. So yeah, that's the thing. It's normal. Even in my country, you sometimes experience it that people will not greet you. It's even worse. People will not greet you, but you are greeting them.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, if you are not going to reply back, they will tell
Call
that
you.
you are disrespectful. They
They'll
will even
call you
remind
back.
you, I have greeted you.
I greeted you. Like, just in case you didn't hear me. It's a bit of a culture shock for Nigerians, especially when you travel overseas, because
Yeah.
Nigerians tend to greet, but it's changing now. The younger people now are more Western in their orientation. When we were kids, we were raised to greet strangers,
Yeah.
to say a greeting, a respectful greeting. So a totally random individual is walking past you, and if you walk past them, and then your mom would say, "Is that how I taught you?
Yes.
What should you say?" And then you have to say good morning, sir, to a random stranger. And then you grow up that way. You learn to say hello to perfect strangers. And you go out of the country and you say hello to people and they're looking at you like, "Are you okay? I don't know you. Why are you saying hello to me?" So it's a bit of a culture shock. Having said that, let me just piggyback a little bit. You mentioned your travel agency now. So you operate mostly out of Nigeria, from Nigeria, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So you, most of your agency, you help. Do you also have Nigerian clients?
Travelers,
Oh, yes.
yes, a lot, a
Okay.
lot,
Okay.
especially those who are traveling to Europe. So we book flights for them, we book also hotels.
Okay.
We also assist in the visa
Oh,
process.
brilliant.
Yes, especially those who will need the flight tickets. So we do that, and then we also provide advice. Yeah, especially when on what to do with the visa procedures. Okay, getting them a schedule for interview. And aside from Nigerians traveling to other countries, also there we have like groups coming
Coming into the
into the
country.
country. Yes, for a conference, for exhibitions. So like next month, it's going to be like Fab 2025, the food and beverage 2025. So we have groups from Malaysia. Okay, we have groups also from other countries, other nationalities. So these people are requesting if they can do a tour in Nigeria, like they will spare one day. So I have already discussed with someone who
Okay.
will take them for a tour. Because if I can do it also. I can take them to different places, because I've been to Makoko several times,
Ah,
the
beautiful.
floating community. I brought a group of people there, and then the National Museum.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, Badagry. Have you been to Badagry? The point of no return.
To be honest with you, my entire family went recently, and I got too busy.
Okay.
They had fun. Some family and friends came from
Okay.
the US, and so it was a bit of a. So I've not been there,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, and everybody had fun, and I want to go there now. I want to go there. I don't know what the experience is going to be because I would have liked to go with family.
Yeah, you have to,
But
because
when I
it's
do go there, I mean, it will be the second time, and they'll
and
probably
it's actually safe. Yeah, it's actually safe. So this country has something to, to offer to foreign visits, especially when it comes to tourism. The Abucota experience is also very nice, and even the northern side of Nigeria has something to offer. So these are the things that I'm very excited about when I joined Caliph Travel, because I'm only 1 year old, okay, with the company, because I used to work with a different industry before in Nigeria way back then. But this experience of mine, I am able to, come in contact with different industries, because with the travel agency, you will get to connect with different companies like construction, oil and gas, those who are in the medical field, those who are in in the restaurant business, because when you have these activities, you need to organize some
Yeah.
stuff to them, like where to eat, the best place to hang out, okay, the nightlife. So these are the things that you deliver it all together, okay, in one table, so they will have the the possible options of getting not exactly the best that they expect, but at least you are reassuring them that this place is is good when it comes to this place. So there in Nigeria there's variety, especially when you are in the island, and also in Ikeja, because I have one doctor, okay, from Japan.
Yeah.
She traveled all the way from Japan just to experience the country's tourism. So she visited the hospitals because she's a doctor. So she also went to Ife, Ocean
Ile-Ife.
State.
Yeah, Ocean State.
Yes,
Ile-Ife.
and she said, "Wow, I love the food, the Nigerian food." Me personally, I also eat Nigerian food. I eat okra soup.
Oh,
Yes,
beautiful.
I eat what's this? The draw soup. Yes,
Ewedu,
amala.
Ewedu and amala.
Amala. Oh, we do an amala. I eat a pepper soup. I like the suya. I every time I go to Potakot, okay, I would always go to this place where they sell bole.
Bole and
Yeah,
fish.
bole at
And
the back of
fish.
Federal Palace.
Yeah.
No, Presidential. Yes.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I was there in December.
Yes.
Yeah, and I went to that very spot.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
it's just the what's this, the impression of other people that this country has nothing to offer, but I mean in actual fact the Nigeria has something to offer, the experience. Because here you can dance with anybody when you are in the bar, when you go to like greenhouse,
True.
you go to La Bella, okay, or to any bars here, you can always join other groups
And fraternize with people.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they would love to see you dancing. Okay, the Nigerian way of dancing.
Well, there is a notoriety about the hospitality of Nigerians, and people who've tasted it know it. You did mention that you like going to the market. That one got me. You like going to
Yes.
the Nigerian market.
I like negotiating.
I struggle. I struggle. So I'm like, it's probably the first time somebody is telling me I really like going to the market, because most people who go to the markets don't like going to the markets. They go because they have no choice.
Because I can get fresh vegetables, fresh what's this meat from the market, anything that's fresh. Because if you go to the supermarkets, one, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Two, it's not fresh. And the onions in the market is better than the grocery stores, because
certainly.
most of these stores are selling imported stuff. But the market, your onion in Nigeria is very sweet. Yes. That's why every time I buy soya, I would always ask the seller, okay, please more onions, because I can eat it with the meat, and then you dip it with, the soya powder. And it's very good. It's very sweet. So that's why when you use it for cooking, the food tastes different.
It's none of all those organic nonsense that people eat in the West, genetically modified.
I don't know, but there is something in the onion in Nigeria that
Yeah,
I
it's
really
natural.
love.
It's really
Yes,
natural,
it's really
and the soil is fertile. So, especially in northern Nigeria.
yeah, and you have abundant, tomatoes
Mm-hmm.
here. That's why I learned also how to eat the stew.
Mm.
Yeah, with this ofada
Oh,
rice with
fantastic!
the beans.
Did you know that when you hear ofada rice, you think it's a rice brand? It's really not a rice brand. It's in relation to a locality, a location in Ogun State. There's a place called Ofada. So it's those
Okay.
people who grow the rice. It's local rice grown in a place called Ofada, which is very close to Lagos. Well, again, Ogun State is literally the closest state to
So that's
Lagos.
where you source the ofada
Yes, yes.
from.
So it's that's why they call it Ofada rice, essentially. And I think you appreciate these things because you said to me that you like cooking.
Yeah,
Like,
I like cooking.
you
Yes.
enjoy it. So
And I
you
know how
try
to
Nigerian
and I
recipes.
know how to prepare what's this stew.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I
typical
learned.
Niger stew.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Because your way of cooking the stew is different from cooking.
Yeah,
I mean
you.
our stew,
Yes,
because we
certainly.
have the so-called adobo. It's also a stew, but it's basically vinegar and soy sauce. But yours is different.
different.
It's tomatoes.
That's a whole lot. That's the base.
And it's only when I get when I live in this country when I learn that when you cook tomatoes, okay, you don't stir it every time.
Yeah.
You allow it, to cook with
The
the
steam
the
and-
oil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Simmer.
And it becomes sweet. It becomes sweet, and then you add pepper. This.
Do you do a lot of pepper?
Yeah, I learned also how to eat spicy food because of Nigeria. Before, I don't like spicy food, but now when it's not spicy, to me it's not food. I don't know. That's culture.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's food culture. So the your experience in the totality of your experience in living, I mean, in a certain country is not just adapting to what the locals are doing, but of course what the locals are also eating, what the locals are liking, and what the locals are also thinking. So that's how you're going to survive, and that, to me, okay, is an achievement.
Yeah.
For other people, maybe it's just a small achievement that you're able to live in the country, because I believe that once you have lived in Nigeria, you can live anywhere in the world.
Yeah, certainly. Let me ask you a very mundane question. What do you feel about the internet in Nigeria? I mean, you travel to other places, you use the internet. I am constantly frustrated by the Nigerian internet. What do you the speed, the lack of reliability, and whatever. So, what's your experience?
So far, Nigeria internet connection, I can say that, I mean, it's better than our internet speed, I mean, in the Philippines. Yeah, because here, when you connect with your data, okay, using your mobile phone, your smartphones, you get to connect very fast, and you get to enjoy the total internet speed that you actually subscribe to, and you have the so-called fiber connection, radio connection, that I don't know if we have in the Philippines, because I know that we have fiber, but I don't know if we have radio connection in the Philippines.
I'm sure some Nigerians will hear you say this and they'll be like, "What is he talking about? The internet is horrible." Yeah.
No, sometimes it's normal that because of weather, okay, it may be on and off, but when it comes to stability, and then the response time is actually fast. It's actually fast. It's just the other infrastructures that I think the country should address, especially with I mean places, okay, which is very far from the cell sites, okay. That's what they should improve on.
Yeah.
But when you are in Lagos, you get the the best connection, and even I am able to use my eSIM here
Yeah.
in Nigeria. So
Beautiful.
you're able to catch up with the technology. Yes.
To be fair, there is variety here, even
Yeah.
with internet connections. For instance, there is Coolink, which has been described as the Rolls Royce of internet in
Yeah.
Nigeria, and reliability and all of that. So, yes, I agree with you. There are options that really
And
work in the
just
country.
recently, I attended an event at Landmark.
Okay.
So it's the science of trade, and they actually hosted a hackathon for all the participants. So they have participants from Senegal, from Congo, from Cameroon, and the group who actually won the hackathon. So they have to develop a platform for the science of trade. Is Nigerian, and they won actually like millions of nairas for doing that.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Fantastic.
Nigerians, okay, you are into this era already of bringing what's really okay going to be in the future. So the future is already in Africa. That's why you will see most companies are investing already in Africa, specifically in Nigeria.
So let's talk about the people. I want to get your impression of Nigerians as a people. And I know you travel a lot, so you must have encountered Nigerians
Yeah.
outside of Nigeria. So I want to know what you think of your general impression from your encounters with Nigerians outside of Nigeria. But before that, I'd like to hear what you make of Nigerians that you've interacted with in the last 15 years in this country. What's your impression of Nigerians? Forget the immigration people and all those
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the day-to-day, everyday Nigerian, what's your impression?
Nigerians are hardworking. Nigerians are committed to uh, you know uh, change. Nigerians are very artistic. When it comes to different stuff, even in music, in sports. So Nigerians can really excel because you already have the innate speaking ability. You have the innate, because if you allow the Nigerian to talk, they will not stop talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I experienced that. If
That's
you
why
start talking with
that's
a
why this
Nigerian,
podcast could go on for 3 days and we'll
if
keep
you,
talking.
if you are not going to tell them, please, okay, I still have work to do, they will not stop talking to you. And that's what I also love, with Nigerians, especially when you share it over a cup of something or over a plate of something. And Nigerians, they will appreciate even a piece of a chicken and a rice. They will not look for dessert. They will not look for starters. Whatever you serve to them, they will appreciate. So that's the thing that I am really grateful that I have experienced it in Nigeria, because not everybody is able to experience it. Like, you face them, you live with them on a daily basis. Even when you enter an Uber car, okay, or any public utility vehicle, they will always, welcome you, like, you are one of them, that they will not let you feel that you are not, part of our family. So that's the thing. When you go to a Nigerian family, they will welcome you with foods, and they will just feed you with so many things until you are tired already of. So when it comes to entertaining people, you have this thing in you, that you also respect religions. You have respect, for different views.
Views,
Yeah. Yeah, I know
orientations.
that politically,
Yeah.
everybody wants to get involved, especially, when in the office, in the morning, the moment you sit down, you will hear, okay, everybody is arguing about, the discussions from the radio, from the television, okay, from, they have different views, but at the end of the day, despite of the different indifferences, okay, you still settle, okay, to to amend, okay, whatever indifferences. And people may be so aggressive, but you don't hurt feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have this you don't really plant grudges. You know, at the end of the day you settle it, okay? You can shout, but you don't use physical pressure or anything. You don't use any
Yeah.
form of uh, um aggravating things, okay, that will compromise, yeah, I mean friendship, that will compromise the sense of family. So
Yeah.
that's the thing that I really observe in most people that I came across with in Nigeria. And one last, okay, unique thing that I love every day in Nigeria is, even though you don't know them, they will greet you, they will just say hi, hello. Then, so to network in Nigeria is very easy. To me, is very easy to network in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I join groups, okay, here in VI, okay, like the salsa group. I join the exhibitions. I join so many groups already in Nigeria, in VI, in Victoria Island specifically. When I started joining Caliph Travel, and I've came across, okay, of, I mean, so many people that has, has my that has the same interest with mine as well. So I bring them, I introduce them, okay, to my friends, to my Asian friends. So that's when we, came across, and that's when we, have the opportunity to network more people, okay, into our team as well.
All right. You just mentioned how Nigerians react sometimes on the political talk. I literally stay out of them. But because, again, I'm probably, for somebody who wants to stay out of political talk, to be in the media, it's like you're in the wrong profession because you can't escape it. And I wonder sometimes whether you, in the decade that you've been here, what your thoughts are on the political landscape of Nigeria.
To me, there's no such thing as perfect governments. Yeah, there's no such thing as a perfect administration or opposition. Same in my country, okay, in the Philippines. Just recently, we concluded our midterm election for senators, and there are pro administration, and then there are also against, okay, the administration. So the slate of the administration, only few of them actually entered, and succeeded. So the slate of the opposition, okay, won. So in my personal view, okay, politics is not about really the, who is elected. It's not about the president. It's the will of the people. So still, okay, if you want to, to help, if you want to be in the politics, I think the idea there is you should help, you should contribute. It should start somewhere, okay, that you should do things, okay, in your own little way. How are you going to, slowly transform? Start with your community. And that's, and that is going to, to bring a big help in order to at least improve the political landscape, okay, especially with the mindsets, okay, of the people right now, that this government is bad, this government is. To me, there is no such thing as, the best government. It's only, the mindset, and it should start from the people. Because if the politicians are having the will to change, okay, the people, the community, it will never happen unless, okay, the majority decides to change their mindset. That's when the change will start.
So you came in 2015, and it was later in the year. So Muhammadu Buhari had just become president at the
Yeah.
time. So you didn't see the Goodluck Jonathan years. Of course, you didn't see the Yaradua year or two, and definitely you didn't see the Obasanjo years or the military era before that. But in the last 10 years, if somebody told you to, from everything you've observed, and draw a graph of Nigeria, would you draw it going up or would you draw it going?
Hmm, the political, I think, I mean the progress, okay, in terms of economy and the development. I've seen Nigeria because when I arrived here in 2010,
Okay. Oh, you
okay,
arrived in 2010, not
yeah, I
2015.
arrived in
You're right. So you
2010.
saw the Goodluck Jonathan
Yeah, when I
years.
arrived, yes, it was
Yes,
good luck,
yes,
Jonathan.
yes, yeah.
Okay. So in terms of the exchange rate, okay,
Yeah.
when I arrived here, okay, as compared to now, so basically there's really, I mean, this what's this
A depreciation or the
change,
value.
okay,
Okay.
the devaluation, okay, of the naira over the US dollar, but it's attributed to to how the economic plans, okay, are being laid down. So I think the country should focus more, okay, on bringing more exports, okay, than bringing in imports in the country. So I think the government should support, okay, the agricultural sector, so that you can do more, okay, than you are doing more when it comes to bringing in this imported goods in the country. But I could say that the country is not really going down. Okay, because if the country is going down, so basically you will not see foreigners coming into the country. So the influx of foreigners itself, and even the development of the new free zone, okay, in Nigeria, is a sign that the country has a future, okay, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. But politically, people have different views. So I mean, in my personal opinion, okay, I don't have the right to say that this is what Nigeria now and this is what Nigeria before.
Before. I get that.
Because the Nigeria that I have actually seen when I first stepped into, okay, this country, when I set into this country, is the same Nigeria, okay, that I will leave, okay, sooner or later.
So it's not this way, it's not this way, it's more this way, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So
Okay.
to me, the Nigeria is has maintained its reputation, okay, in my personal opinion, because I'm always vocal, okay, especially when I go back to Philippines, that why is it, okay, of all the countries it's Nigeria. I am telling them that because I have a purpose of why I come to Nigeria. So it's only the that why, okay, why Nigeria. So I have my biggest why. So everybody has should have the why, okay, as why they have to come to Nigeria, because you will not see this, you will not experience this in the countries that you are going to visit. Because I mean, to go to Asian countries, ordinarily you will just experience, the tourism aspect. But in
all.
Nigeria,
Yeah.
you will be exposed to so many things, political, the economy, the tourism, the social political structure, and all these issues. Okay, that on a daily basis, if you go through it, okay, you will have to, to learn from it as well. So I think I am who I am now because part of it is the Nigeria experience, and I will be very grateful for for Nigeria.
What do you think about young Nigerians running out of the country at the slightest opportunity they get? What have you heard of the Jakpa syndrome?
Jakpa, yeah.
Jakpa, yes. What are your impressions
That's
of
that's that's actually our problem, especially when we what's this receive this queries about the visa. So the first thing, okay, we will ask, are you going to do Jakpa or before I don't understand what is Jakpa.
Are you going to do Jakpa or Jakpada? Jakpada is that you will come back, but Jakpa means you're done. Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean, just like what we were, okay, in the Philippines. So everybody, I think, is looking for the opportunity. Yes. So if, let's say, for example, if it could have been me, okay, if I am a Nigerian, I would also not stay in Nigeria, okay, because why? If I am going out of the country, I will become what? An overseas worker. So the companies who will hire me, they will pay me, the money that is going to be encumbrance with, number one, I will be away from my family because that's what
Yeah.
the companies will pay. You are far from your family. Okay, you're going to live alone. So there are compromise. Okay, along the line. So the same thing. Okay, with the new generations now. Okay, they are looking at the brighter side. Okay, of the world. They are looking for opportunities. So the best thing, okay, that the new generation should do is, focus and further their studies, and make sure that while they are still young, they should start, thinking of ways on how they can start up. I mean, a small business, because not I mean in your whole life, okay, you will become an you should be an employee. You should be, I mean, the boss, okay, of your own
Yeah. Their
company.
own business.
And I believe that investing, okay, is one thing that this the education system should also incorporate in, especially making this new generations involved in the nation building. They should learn how to invest their money. They should learn how to save their money. They should learn. We should teach, okay, based on experience. If let's say, for example, I am going to to have my younger version of me in front of me right now, I will tell the younger version of me, because I honestly, I really don't know, okay, the idea of investing before, when I was starting. So no one guided me until I came to Africa. That's when I realized, because when I was in Dubai, in the Middle East, I just you can go to
Yeah. Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
malls. You can just
Certainly.
go out, you can buy all the stuff, everything is there. So I was not saving until I came to Africa. Okay, I came to Nigeria. That's when I learned how to value every single uh,
Amount of,
amounts
yeah.
of money that I have. So that's why, okay, at age 35, that's when I learn how to that's when I do my first purchase of a land. Okay, that's when I started, I mean, raising chickens in my farm, and then started into agricultural thing. Okay, we I planted fruit bearing trees, and now, okay, we are starting to, like, harvest those fruits already. So it's the value of really teaching them, okay, instead of focusing why are they going out of the country, why are they, because you will understand everybody is living in the country, like on a daily basis, how many flights,
Are
okay.
coming in.
If you are saying that Nigerians are living in the country, how about Filipinos? Every day, how many millions of Filipinos are living, I mean, our country? But it does not really, I mean, stop the country from moving forward. It does not stop, because at the end of the day, we should remember that we should always go back to where I mean, your home is,
Where your root
where your
is.
root is, where your heart is, because your country is still your home. Your country is still your home. At the end of the day, you will still miss, okay, Nigeria, even if you have already lived in US for 20 years, for in the UK for so many years. You will still, I mean, look back, and you will still, I mean, connect with people that you have left in Nigeria after so long years.
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, homesickness is a thing.
Yeah.
I feel it
Yes.
when I'm abroad. Usually, my threshold is a couple of weeks. I begin to. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
And some people can endure it for longer, uh, and it also depends on how much social, cultural roots you have in your home. I was just going to ask you: is there anything that you feel that the Philippines has got right, that is working, that you wish Nigeria could imitate and try here? That's something that's working in your home country that you feel like if Nigeria could do this,
Yeah.
maybe it could be the better for it?
I think it would be the educational system. Yeah, the educational structure, because the government really, fund the government schools in the country, and they really, have laid down programs, okay, for our students, especially those who are finishing the senior high school. Then the moment they finish the senior high, so we offer free tuition fees with our with some government universities in the country. And then uh, a lot of like right now, okay, a lot of students, okay, are being given, the priority. So when you graduate from a university, okay, you will have this career symposium thing conducted by the companies. Then the companies will, do the recruitment. So before the graduation, they immediately, get the jobs. So that's one of the thing that it I think the government has realigned the sole purpose of, education, okay, with, the companies that needs, to hire the manpower. So it's actually creating, they have created this environment, okay, for schools and then companies to collaborate with, in terms of, because we have universities in Philippines that is good when it comes to engineers, to ITs, to seafarers, okay, to this professions and all this. And then the teachers as well, the educators are really focused. So they have the regular trainings, upgrading, further studies, and then they take up their masteral courses, okay, before they get to the next level, okay, and before you can get to this, scope of teaching, this particular course. So there is what's this proper structure, okay, or scheme, okay, of bringing the educators, okay, to higher level of, teaching the students. So that's why when you finish, okay, in a university, you're already prepared, okay, to, to compete even in the international market. And a lot of Nigerians actually are even in the Philippines now, okay, to take up, medical courses, engineering courses, and all this. And the tuition fee in the Philippines as well is quite affordable. Is quite affordable, okay, and we have English curriculums, okay, in all the universities. Yes.
Brilliant. So you
Yeah.
wish if Nigeria could follow that pattern, it will
Yes.
benefit the education sector.
Yes, the education really, and the government is regularly appropriating budget, okay, even for books, for computers, for school facilities. So we have even public schools that is fully air conditioned in the Philippines. So students are very comfortable. The educators as well are comfortable, and the number of hours, okay, that students actually, spend at school, okay, is always longer. Okay, like to where I came from before, during our elementary days, we have to spend from 8 o'clock to 12, and then from 1 o'clock to till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Yes, and we are loaded with so many subjects, and we do this regular evaluations by the teachers. So I mean, it's the education system that needs to be improved.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I said I was going to ask you about Nigerians you've met abroad. What's your impression of Nigerians you've met overseas? General impression.
The Nigerians will always look for, their food. That's the problem. When you bring them, because the Nigerians are really connected with their culture. So I think that's the thing that I mean, I always find difficult, to fathom, like, you've traveled, okay, to, I mean, to let's say Malaysia, okay, or to Philippines, because I used to bring Nigerians before with me, okay, with my previous companies. So we do this yearly event, okay, like
Okay.
a
An
team building camp,
Okay.
okay, then we do the city tour. So Nigerians would always, I mean, look for spicy things, I mean, even with food. So when we get to Philippines, they were asking why there's no spice, okay? It's not, it's sweet, it's sugary. Because different countries, we have different,
Yeah.
culture in terms of, our food. So the
True.
taste palette is also different. So that's the thing. When Nigerians travel, okay, I think you're always excited to go out of Nigeria, and when you come back, okay, like it's a pride for you that I was able to travel, I was able to to meet, okay, I mean, new people, okay, and I have experienced this. So that's why Nigerians would always go to so many places. Like the whole day is not enough for a Nigerian when it comes to, traveling. But when they say they are tired, okay, you should always, respect that, because they will tell you, I will go back to my hotel and sleep, and you can't find me anywhere.
Yeah, I
And then
know.
you buy so many things, and then when you get to the airport, okay, you will even quarrel with the check-in counters, and then you will push, okay, that you have to allow me, you have to do this,
We love to
okay.
shop if we can afford it.
Yes,
Certainly.
yes. Like, those who are traveling, they really, have money for shopping.
Yeah,
There's
certainly.
always a room for extra luggage for Nigerians. Even it's impossible already. Like,
Yeah.
uh-uh. You can't take all of this to
I
Nigeria.
remember having a quarrel in Brazil years ago over shopping, quarreling over shopping at 1 a.m., in the middle of the night. Anyway, let's leave that. What do you find most frustrating about Nigeria or Nigerians? Is so something that is so frustrating, but well,
I think it's about the consistency in terms of, the implementations, yeah, of the systems, that should be in place. Because one of the things that we should learn from other countries is, before they actually implement something, let's say for example in the Philippines, so when we implement something, we make sure that we have tried it over and over again, and that we will not go back to the old thing that we do. So basically, it's the consistency of everybody. Like even there's one thing that I really want to highlight. It's about the proper garbage disposal. Before, when I came into the country, there is this environmental day,
day sanitation
sanitation.
day. Yeah.
But if you are going to check after the that hours,
Wow.
okay, that they allocate, because I remember our local staff, okay, cannot even come to work
Work,
because
yes.
so we have to adjust. And then when you check the gutters, oh,
What did
what
they
have they
spend?
done? They have they done the sanitation? Look at the gutters. Look at the water. It's not flowing. So that's the thing. It's really doing exactly, okay, I mean, what you are supposed to be doing. Like, so it starts with us, with individuals, not only Nigerians, even with the nationals who are residing in the country. So if you use something, okay, if you want to throw something, throw it, okay, in the proper place. And I think the government should have a proper garbage
Disposal.
disposal areas, okay, in all the streets, in all the corners, because you will see garbage everywhere, even in this beautiful Victoria Island. Yeah, when you go to Adiola Odico, you will see so many, like, I miss Dubai, okay, every time I see this garbage, because even those the trucks that picks up garbage. So the smell is sometimes,
Oh yeah,
irritating.
that
Yes.
that.
Because in Dubai, after they pick up, they will wash the roads, yeah, with soap, and they will clean up, so you won't smell anything. So, and they do it early in the morning. They don't do it like, when the people are coming out of their homes and then they go to work. So sometimes it's really the discipline. Yeah, the discipline. So we should not just be, uh, uh, um, um, taking it, like on the side. Okay, it should be a priority of everybody, and everybody has a role. Okay, in doing that, it's not just only, the community leaders. Okay, or the implementing agencies. It should start from, the people. Look at Japan. Starting from their homes, they know already how to dispose their garbage. They know already how to, to separate biodegradable and non-biodegradable at very early age. They know already. So even the nylons that they are using, the cans, they are washing it before they throw it in the dustbin. Because if you do, throw it, as it is, okay, you will be penalized. Yes. So for them to, to clean up the environment, you should start cleaning up, okay, from your home. So it starts from, someone, okay, to get to this, level. You need to start it, okay, somewhere. So the discipline should always start, okay, at home. Every Nigerian should observe this. Every foreign nationals who are living in Nigeria should observe this, and no one is exempted.
Yeah, not even you or me. Yeah. Would you marry a Nigerian?
Is it a possibility? If you will introduce me to somebody, but I need a rich Nigerian woman.
Really? Why?
um, if it comes, then let's cross. Let's cross the bridge when we get there.
Have you ever dated a Nigerian though?
No, 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 no. I have so many Nigerian, girlfriends, but I don't know. Maybe I'm only up to, that limit, of
Being
being
friendly.
friends with them. Yeah, being friends with them. They're very nice. They're very nice also. But maybe because it's expensive to marry a Nigerian woman, because you will have to buy, how many yards of cloth, then you have to buy how many goats and how many what else, how many sacks of rice. No, I'm just joking. But your culture of wedding here, right,
Yeah,
is
but
very
fine.
unique. Is very unique.
It is unique. I was
Yeah.
talking to a Ugandan friend, a lady who told me in Uganda, you have to, before you can marry,
Yeah.
they have to count how many cows you have. Like you
Yes.
have to have a lot of cows.
Yeah.
Cultural nuances vary from place to place, but they're all very interesting.
Yes.
So I was just wondering. So if there's a Nigerian you won't mind, if there's a Nigerian you fall in love with, you wouldn't mind.
I can't say, okay.
I got
But Nigerians are, girls are very beautiful, and they are very unique because they always love, to decorate themselves. So they say that Nigerian women are really expensive. Okay, they always want nice clothes. They always want a new pair of something, new bag, new. But to me, I have friends also, okay, who married Nigerians, and they are living, a happy life, and they have beautiful kids. So I think it's really a decision that you have to make, and considering the fact that you have a family as well,
Yeah.
okay, that you should consult with first. But in my case, I think I will be in isolation. I think it would be an isolated case for me. But, as I said, okay, I don't close, my doors with that. So I cannot say, uh, no, okay, and I cannot say yes. So I'm in between.
You follow your heart wherever it takes you.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Your full name is Aries.
Aries.
Aries, right? And of course, your surname is Mosaso.
Mosaso, yes.
What does it mean?
That's the family name of my dad. So I don't know where it actually originated, but I know that Aries is a zodiac sign. But I was
Yeah.
born in October,
Okay.
so I'm a Libra.
Okay.
So it's like it's total opposite, of
Oh,
yeah.
Are you sure you're not named after the god of war?
Maybe
in Greek mythology?
maybe, or I don't know who picked actually that name for me.
Or what they had in mind when they did?
Yeah, but I really have no idea. But I love my name. I
love it too. It's
I am
pretty
proud,
nice.
of Aries. Because I've used that for 40 years already. Yeah. Since I was born. So my friends would call me Aries. And I don't have a nickname. It's just Aries, okay, that they use.
People know you as Mr. Sunshine.
Mr. Sunshine.
Mr.
It's
Sunshine.
the Nigerian, so also
So where is that from? What's the
I
What's the
don't
story?
know. I think it's an indoctrination, okay, of how they see me, like because they always see me, I mean, as a happy person. I always, greet people. I always, join a crowd, and they always find me, jovial. Yeah. So I think it's really true that I mean, sunshine is synonymous, okay, to who I mean Aries is and to what Aries is. It's my Nigeria friends who actually thought of that.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And you use it on social media, on YouTube. You
I
your
have a
content.
YouTube, yes, Mr. Sunshine. But I have stopped actually, with my YouTube channel. But I have videos.
Okay.
Yes, in my YouTube channel.
Interesting.
What's this? I do cooking. Yes, I do travel.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, so I document stuff. So even when eating with friends, I used to upload it on YouTube, just random videos.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you think, considering where the world is going, do you feel that Nigeria need to be more open in more open in terms of their cultural orientation to keep pace with a fast moving world? Do you sometimes feel that Nigerians are moving with global with the global world, or do you feel that sometimes the country is being left behind? Do you feel people should do more to catch up with the rest of the world?
Yeah, one of the thing that will actually I mean help the country, okay, to move, okay, forward is basically first we should understand that that there should be no separation, okay, between the the upper class, okay, I mean a component of the society, and the lower class component of the society, or and the medium class, because in Nigeria it's extreme, okay, that I have actually seen the extreme poverty and the extreme wealth. So if this extreme wealth, okay, will actually I mean at least help support the extreme condition of poverty, okay, in this country, there is no such thing, okay, that will basically prevent this country, okay, from growing. Because if we support the communities, if the rich will support, okay, the poor communities, okay, so even, with the governments, programs, okay, that they will introduce. So I think culturally we shouldn't really focus more on who are the northerners, who are those from the eastern part of Nigeria. Okay, I think this is the thing that, because you are made of so many, tribes, so it becomes, a tribal competition, okay? That who is rich, who is poor, who is this, who is that. Okay, there should be no division, okay, in terms of that. Okay, because this country is just one. This country is Nigeria. So there is no Igbo, there is no this, there is no, just like in Philippines. So we call ourselves Filipinos. So when we go to other countries, we call ourselves Filipinos. We don't call ourselves Ilonggo because I am Ilonggo. I'm from the province of Iloilo. I mean, people, okay, from Visayas, they don't call them as Bisaya or Hiligaynon or Tagalog. When we go to, outside of Philippines, we call ourselves Filipinos. Yeah, and we speak, okay, the same language. We treat each other the same. So there's no such thing as, we came from this tribe, okay.
Yeah,
My
it's like
so it's
like a Yoruba community in the UK,
yes,
Igbo
yes,
community, and all
yes.
that.
So it's basically, educating, okay, the new generation, okay, that every tribe, okay, has only one purpose, okay, and it is for us, okay, to be proud, okay, of, where our ancestors came from and where we were actually born, and that is in Nigeria. Okay, because there is no such place as, as north, as south, as east or west, because there is only one particular country, okay, that is up there, okay, that really, connects, okay. So that it's really the connection, okay, that we need to establish. So if every tribe, if every communities, okay, will just unite,
Yeah.
okay, then we can see, the future is very bright for every Nigerians. At the end of the day, when you go out of Nigeria, you are a Nigerian. You are not an Igbo. When you go to US, you are not an Igbo, or you are not, a Yoruba. You are a Nigerian. Even your passport will say there, Nigerian, right? Because
Nothing else.
yes, nothing else. It's Nigerian. Okay, even to us, we are Filipinos. So it's always, bringing, that pride, okay, with you. Okay, so even how long I've stayed in Nigeria, I would always tell them that I am still a Filipino. Okay, living in Nigeria. Okay, you cannot, remove it from me. Okay, so if a Nigerian goes to the US, even if they are citizens, they're still, okay, they are Nigerians living in the US. And they've acquired citizenship either by naturalization, or by birth, or by what's this, by because of the years of their stay there.
Yeah.
So still, okay, going back, okay, you were a Nigerian. Yeah. So we should, every Nigerians, should take pride. And that's what the country should always, emphasize. That when you are made in Nigeria, you will become a Nigerian forever.
I like your thoughts. Put the collective over the individual. See yourself as a Nigerian first before you begin to look at all the tribes and the
Exactly.
divisions and all of that. I like to go one step further. To see yourself as a human being first, and see
Yes.
everyone else as human beings
True.
first before any other thing, before any other artificial or natural demarcations that we
Exactly,
have.
yes.
Because at the end of the day, we all each are made up of what, the same number of chromosomes. We are all
Yeah,
made up,
correct.
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 Our composition.
Your
is-
forefathers are
Yes,
Nigerians.
you
Yeah.
know, composition's pretty the same thing. It's been fun having conversations with you. 15 years in Nigeria. Are you willing to do another 15 at least?
If time will allow me, yes. By after 15 years, I will be what?
55 or so?
55. Let's see. Let's see. For as long as I am enjoying.
Yeah,
Okay.
55 to 57.
Yeah,
thereabout.
for as long as because a lot of Filipinos have stayed there for here for 38, 40 years. Some are even born here. So I have friends, okay, they are actually, born in Nigeria. They're Filipinos, okay? So they are here, their families are here. So I mean, if your purpose serves you right, okay, and well, if you still have you also have friends here, and you have your circles here, then I don't think there is no reason for me to say that I cannot live for the next 15 years again
Yeah.
in Nigeria. So it's only time, okay, that can really tell, okay, if until when, okay, I can, live in this country. But so far so good. I am enjoying my stint in Nigeria. I am enjoying, the life in Nigeria. I of course I miss my family, and that's the price that you have to pay. I mean, because you decided to live, outside of Philippines, outside of my comfort zone. So I make sure that, and I make it a point that at least during my weekends, okay, I meet friends, I go out. It's just managing, your time.
Yes,
Yes,
certainly.
it's not, about you alone, okay, that because you are I mean, you are not with your family, you will have to feel sad, okay, you will stay at home the whole weekend. So it's really managing, okay, even your social life.
Yeah.
So you need to balance everything. So it's about equating things in life. That's why I am a Libran, because I am, in the equilibrium of things. So
I
I
like that.
always see the balance. So I always find balance in what I do.
Fantastic. My last thought would be: do you feel, in your personal assessment, do you think Filipinos are as religious as Nigerians?